What's up, Dragon Brood? So I want to talk about the hashtag some of you have been seeing on some posts on Twitter, on YouTube videos. That's hashtag youtubewagetheft. And most of you that follow me know that if you're on my Twitch streams and whatnot, I try to be pretty transparent where I can be within reason. So I figured I would mention this. I talked about it on my podcast a bit. But the problem right now, for those of you that don't know, is back since around September 13th or 14th, a lot of creators have basically had their revenue brought down from whatever their daily total was below $1 on some of those days. Some of them just flat zeros, no money at all, for the better part of 2 weeks in September. And that was a big concern for people, obviously. And the same thing happened to me. But additionally, this has come up again in the month of October. So I thought things were getting back on track and things were fixed. And then I also was seeing another couple of deep valleys where the money is so drastically different on a per day basis. And this is a real concern when you consider that, well, to put it in perspective, the month of October, I'm actually going to make less than I made in my first monetized month, where I had like 1/6 or 1/7 of the subscribers I have now. And I'm producing more content and getting more views. So that doesn't really make a lot of sense now, does it? Now, at first, when I addressed this with YouTube back on mid to late September, around the 20th, I believe it was, I got a response that said, well, this is an error we're working on, yada yada. Well, a couple weeks later, I got a follow-up basically saying that everything's correct, but this was due to invalid views or invalid clicks on my video. Now, this could usually only be a thing that's created by, say, like bots or something else or whatever that weren't actual views. The thing is, as I can show you on my charts, my view counts and my overall activity has stayed pretty consistent. So there's no reason that activity would have been any different than normal. Additionally, if you look over the course of 90 days, you can also see where the pay per day was also significantly higher and stayed pretty consistent. A couple of peaks where I had like a big video or did a promotion with another streamer or another YouTube creator, but otherwise very similar. But then you see where those errors happen. Now, I want to say this isn't just about a woe is me kind of thing here. This is actually affecting a lot of content creators. And the reason it's called into question is because starting on the 14th, literally everybody got the same issue. And the follow-up answers were all copy and pasted pretty much the same. They all say, hey, there was invalid traffic on your channel, so we reviewed your account and we refunded the money to the advertisers. Now, in theory, this is what YouTube should do if this was actual invalid traffic. The argument here, though, is that how did we all have the same invalid traffic on the same days? That doesn't really seem likely. And even if there was invalid traffic, logic would dictate that if our view counts have stayed the same otherwise, then there should have been some gigantic spikes for a consistent period of time that we would have seen due to this extra traffic. So worst case scenario, you should just be invalidating the, invalid traffic and leaving the remaining views, and that should be fine. However, that's not happening either. So we just have more questions than answers, and nobody's really addressed this stuff from YouTube's side. There's also no way to prevent this invalid traffic. They also have been using some stuff on Google AdSense, which is generally how you track your revenue and how you'll get paid. However, they've also said, well, AdSense is no longer tracking your YouTube traffic. You need to do that within the displays in YouTube. So that's a whole different problem now. So the source they're telling us to use no longer tracks the thing we're supposed to be tracking. So we go back to the original thing to find the stuff that's all wrong. However, it doesn't matter anyway, because if you go open your AdSense account, everything's at 0. So yeah, no answers. So this is the tough part for everybody, because I think you're going to see a lot of your creators saying, hey, if you can, support me in these other ways. Go to my Patreon, buy some merchandise, follow me on these other platforms. And that's really unfortunate, because that's not what a lot of creators want to do. They want to engage with you here on YouTube. They want to have lots of fun stuff for you to do, giveaways here, fun content, and interact with you in the comments. But unfortunately, a lot of them aren't going to be able to make revenue. Well, they haven't last month, and they're not this month. I was on a steady pace to see my revenue increase about 30 to 40% each month. We were having steady growth. I was finding nice ways to promote that were working out. And then now it's the exact opposite. Matter of fact, I saw almost a 50% decrease last month, and then a further what's going to end up being about probably a 60-ish% decrease, probably 70 this month. So yeah, not looking good. That, okay, I'm tracking it every day. I'm watching it to try to be on top of it, and then still not being able to get the results that I want to know what I'm supposed to be getting paid. This is further complicated because I have some projects coming up with other content creators. I currently don't know what results in more positive views, or what's better or not, or what can increase my CPM or RPM, which are the metrics on which you get paid on YouTube, because all that activity from the last, well, at this point, 60 days plus, is basically invalid, and I have no idea what any of it means. So even if I want to make better content, which actually will benefit YouTube, I actually can't do that right now. Not in an intelligent manner anyway. We're kind of just playing in the dark and hoping things work. That's not the way we need to be doing things. So I say all this simply to say, hey, if you have your favorite YouTubers, support them whichever way you can. For whatever reason, we're not finding out any real information from YouTube. We're all kind of losing money left and right, and we don't know why. And I've seen this happen. I'm on 2 different Twitter threads. I'm on a customer support thread on YouTube. I have friends sharing stuff in messages. So it's happening to people in all different genres. It's happening to people with different sizes. Like my channel's at this time of this recording about 7,500 subscribers. I have another acquaintance that he's got 30,000 and he had it happen to him. I saw somebody with 100,000 and it happened to them. So it doesn't really matter. I've seen it in one person has like a cruise channel that they talk about cruise and travel. There's some gaming channels that happen to. It's just all over the place. If it had just been other gaming channels that got hit, then we could say, okay, maybe on some level, somebody hacked a bunch of the gaming channels and gave a bunch of bad traffic. Fine. Even then, we should at least be arguing about, cool, just invalidate the invalid traffic and then just pay us for our actual views. But when it happens across the board to everybody, that's a real problem. And all anybody wants to know is an answer to either, why is it happening? Is there a way it can be fixed? Is there a way to get our revenue up? Because unfortunately, if your content creators can't make money doing this after they're putting in a lot of resources, there's a good chance some of them are not going to be providing entertainment for you on YouTube in the near future. And I kind of understand. Like, I spend several hours a week just recording videos, editing them, waiting for them to load to YouTube, promoting them. And if it's not going to pay out, then at some point I have to say, hey, am I just better off hopping back on one of the other platforms and just doing streaming with that time? Should I just add 2 hours worth of streaming every day? And that would be more lucrative than what I'm doing right now. And that's not any fun, because I like having videos here, being a resource and a reference that y'all can come look at whenever you're looking for deck ideas or want to know about stuff going on in the game industry or in Magic, or just conversing with you on cool topics or doing set reviews. But that doesn't really work out with the amount of time that goes in and the level of consistency we try to do it with if there's no revenue generated for it in the end. So really, I'm not sure what to tell you from here. I'll do my best to keep you updated. You can follow me on my Discord. Obviously, if you want to follow me on Twitter or Twitch or any of that stuff, cool. I'll probably be updating there, and you can follow the other threads I'm part of. It's just all very frustrating right now, and honestly, even a little bit demoralizing. And I'm a pretty positive person. Any of you that follow my channel, I get comments about that all the time, about my positive demeanor and trying to do good things for the gaming community. And that's always been my mindset. But it's tough to be in a situation where you have to rethink your plan and kind of what's going on because you just can't get a straight answer. So if you can, you know, I'm going to make the same plea. Support me and my other endeavors. Please check out my link, buy some merchandise, get something for yourself. Help me out this month at the very least. It's going to be a tough month considering I'm already down from last month and I'm even further down for this month. But again, this isn't about like I want you to feel sorry for me or anything else. I just wanted y'all to understand kind of what's going on, because I'm sure some of you may be seeing different activity or requests from other content creators that you follow. You may be seeing them trying different tactics or maybe producing different types of content soon. Who knows? But I at least wanted to put that out there and explain, hey, if you see this hashtag, what does it mean and what's going on? But, you know, as usual, if you haven't, please remember to like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Matter of fact, even share this video so other people know and understand. Help me get some eyeballs on it. Maybe some people at YouTube will pay attention and help us out. But it's all a little bit disappointing right now.